Digital technology is unavoidable today. We communicate with others through multiple technological devices more frequently than we communicate with each other in person. Kevin Kelly, author of Becoming Screen Literate, said that screens are found in unexpected places, like ATM machines, supermarket checkout lines, and tiny phones. Digital technology allowed me to be part of a network where I could communicate with myself as well as others. Being digitally literate is not just knowing how to work simple applications on a smartphone or having a social media account. It is being able to integrate all of those skills together to gain and share knowledge. Digital literacy required me to become a filter, connector, critic, and advocate for content I found and created. Applications that generate content should be linked with applications that share content. Creating a blog with the help of multiple communication technologies has eliminated the guesswork into creating ideas. We live in an age where if you think it doesn't exist, you Google it and it either does or someone else has already thought of the same idea as you to create it. According to Reingold, your voice is what distinguishes your views from others who hold the same opinions. One of the only ways to become original is to add your own personal style into something that already exists. We live in a read-write culture where we consume information and then create new content. Remixing information is one of the only ways to create something original today. Since I found content for my blog on other sites, I remixed information and presented it in a new way to a new audience, while still giving credit to the original creators. Applications like Site, Pocket, StumbleUpon, Tendo, Twitter, Feedly, and IFTTT help me create a public voice. A public voice tries to stay on the path of the communicator's personal experience and also joins on public discussion. Content from my blog is found on sites like StumbleUpon, Tendo, Site, and Feedly, while I use social interactive spaces like Twitter, IFTTT, and WordPress to promote my blog and interact with the DIY community. Site and StumbleUpon are personalized applications where I chose my interest of DIY, craft, cooking, and baking. The app searched the web to provide websites and articles based on my personal interests that I chose for my account. These applications can be seen as a private place where my personal interests and favorites are saved to my account and not shared with others, or a public place where I've commented, shared, and used your content from my blog. I was able to save the articles for later using another application called Pocket. Pocket is a bookmark application that can be accessed from any phone or computer with a personal login. The bookmarks can be used for personal use, where they can be shared through social media, email, and even sent to a friend, featured on the application exemplifying a public voice. In finding content from my blog, I explored apps on my phone that would give me a larger variety of crafts and recipes to choose from. I discovered an app called Tender, where a picture, the food, and the title are shown with no other description. Much like semiotics, signs and symbols are communication systems that frame and dictate how we see the world. I either saved or deleted the recipes with one impression of it. Feedly, an RSS feeder or really simple syndication feeder, allowed me to follow blogs and websites when they were updated. Feedly provided me with newsfeed from websites that I read every time there was an update. Tim O'Reilly, author of What is Web 2.0, explains that RSS links other bloggers together through subscription and linking to other blogs. As a result, blogging communities have overlapping discussions which create new communities. Throughout my blogging project, I found new content that pertained to my topic and recreated those crafts or recipes. To credit the original sources, I added hyperlinks into my posts. The authors of these blogs, depending on the RSS and permalinks, will be notified when their blog has been linked, which increases awareness and expands the community as well as conversation. Twitter is a social media application that I use to network with my classmates as well as the Twitter community through 140 character messages. Nancy Bain, author of Personal Connections in the Digital Age, spoke on how digital technology has a different interpretation around the world by saying the same tools may take on very different meanings for different people in different contexts or different times. I linked my Twitter account to my blog so my readers could see what I was saying and have the chance to interact with me. I use Twitter to promote my blog and stay updated on the class, while other people around the world may use Twitter as an outlet to speak the truth about their lives and to promote social justice or the right to speak where they are from. IFTTT stands for If This Then That, which is a web system that will create recipes or chains of interactions. For this class, I created a recipe where I would get a notification if someone used the hashtag #CTPF15, which allowed me to be informed about what others were talking about in the class. I also utilized IFTTT to involve Feedly and Pocket. Whenever I saved an article from Feedly, it was saved into my Pocket account as well. Tracing my phone usage during a 48-hour period showed my relationship with my phone as well as these applications. Using my phone, I digested information from multiple platforms where I was communicating with myself or others. Having another form of digital technology in front of me while using my phone made no difference in my usage. Filtering all of the content I would come across was the first step in creating my blog. connecting these ideas that I found from other sources and creating my own content was difficult. Being a connector allows you to take these ideas and add meanings and interpretations to them. Once my posts were created, I would include tags that would allow readers to easily search for topics at a glance at what is popular on my blog. Personalizing and formatting my blog were two of the most important tasks. Becoming a critic is where the content is debated and presented persuasively. I had to convince people that they should be reading what I was writing. Since my content relied on pictures, my format had to display my featured images prominently, as to grab the attention of the reader. I gained this knowledge through the book Blogging for Creatives and reading other blogs that I was interested in. Creating a blog roll at the footer of my blog allowed readers to follow the hyperlinks to the blogs and websites that inspired me. Reading other blogs was the best way to learn how to write and format like a blogger. Sir Ken Robinson makes the point to say that schools are killing creativity by educating us out of it. Without the knowledge of all of these platforms, I would not be able to become creative. I learned how to use WordPress, Twitter, and other interactive spaces which are necessary for creativity today. Being digitally literate does not decrease creativity, but improves it. According to Henry Jenkins, author of Confronting Challenges of Participatory Culture, said that participatory culture shifts the focus of literacy from individual expression to community involvement. Being part of a greater community is important to creating a blog. Conversation and ideas are more abundant with a larger group of people and having the technology to communicate in multiple ways. When thinking about how technology has evolved and how people learn to master the technology, I think of the constant change that goes through. The question of who is in control of change, humans or technology, is not meant to be feared but to be embraced. New technology brings ways of connecting others through the exchange of information. Digital literacy allows us to become aware of the world that we live in and gives us the power of knowledge.